Hey, Carlos here. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget, if you want to see the whole ClashQuest League video and also other Clash videos, then check out my new channel, Carlos85 Clash. The link is in the description. Leave a sub and have fun with the video.
So stick around until the end. I do have one little sneak peek to share with you guys for what's coming in the next update.
We have, of course, Pineapple Pizza here. Italians left the chat. We have also two guests in the voice chat today. Voice and video call. We have Uluk, as usual. He will probably also read the questions then. And we have the master of the game himself, Darian, in the house. Welcome, Darian. How are you doing? Yeah. Everyone can see you now. Everyone can see you now. You can't hear him? Oh, yeah. Wait, perfect streamer live moment, Darian. You need to say hello again. Darian, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here.
This is Olive. This is my English Springer Spaniel. She's about a year old. She may pop up in the live stream every now and then. She's incredibly popular on our team Zoom calls during the day. So I apologize in advance if she's chasing the cat right now. They're playing. It's like pet Olympic time at this time of night. So again, I apologize in advance. But thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, I totally appreciate that you take your time to be here. Grinding the Legendary 1 League today, and the chat might have some questions for you. Chat, we plan that we are going into the Legendary 1 League. We will do one stage, then you can ask questions. I have also a couple of questions prepared, the special questions, of course, in case the chat doesn't have questions. Yeah, Darren, how do you like the league setup here? What do you think? How many stages can we get today?
Ooh, 20. I do wish we had some rocket or some...
Can you change it? Like, if I log out now, can you change that for me? No?
I would like to keep my job.
Ah, okay, I see.
And just sorry, I originally had plans to bring a pineapple and pepperoni pizza. I posted in Discord that I cooked a pizza today, and I brought it home. But my stepson thought it was leftovers for him. So he ate it before I can bring it on the show. So I'm sorry. So all I've got today is just this vanilla Coke with me. So.
Actually, I can totally understand your stepson. It's okay. If I would be him, I would have probably also stolen your pizza. Most important question, I almost forgot. How was the lunch, Darian?
I'm still looking for milk. Maybe one day Dad will come home.
I totally appreciate it as a gamer, but also as content creator, that Darian takes his time to communicate, very active with the community, but also with the creators. I would say let's go.
What items are you using?
And why don't we have a reroll?
We actually discussed adding reroll to the league, and we intentionally left it out because we felt it became a matter of how much money you spent in the league. And we didn't want the leagues to be pay to win in that you just keep spending money on gems and just keep re-rolling till you get the perfect lineup. That's not how the game should work. So we decided that we didn't want to include reroll. That does mean sometimes you do get some people get a great starting lineup and some don't. Here's what I would have done is probably frontline the giant.
Yeah.
And then probably move the two goblins on B3 and B4, or sorry, not B3, B4.
To the left.
Probably B1 to B2.
Yeah, like to the right.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And the A1, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That way you get the vast majority of the goblins.
Tesla's down, and I would say let's start the first round of Q&A after we choose the refill. What about 1,000 gold per 50 gems in shop?
And that's very intentional for very specific reasons. We never discuss numbers publicly. So from a development principle standpoint, and we don't usually allow an exchange of like gold for gems, but we do allow gems for gold. At least in Clash of Clans, like you can use gems to buy gold, buy elixir, buy dark elixir. Would we allow people to buy gold with gems? The store system in the game right now, where you buy upgrades, gems, offers, it's very still early in development. Like, this is not the final version of what we want the store to be. It's just mainly to be able to provide input on, or be able to provide direction on, if people want to buy stuff, it provides you the opportunity. The game does need a store. It's just that there's a lot of much more optimization we need to do for it. You got to remember, this game is still very early beta. Please don't expect the game to play as if this was a fully released game. There's still a lot of changes we need to do to the game. A lot of changes are coming. A lot of things are going to change over the course of this soft launch. So are we going to add certain things to the store? I don't know. That's done by a very specific team that looks at these kinds of things. What's going to be changed? I don't know.
Is there a specific reason for the gold cap, for example?
You have to set a limit in the system. Like, it requires a limit.
Like
part of it was knowing that there's going to be a level cap, and people just keep building resources. Once we release a new level, we didn't want people to just instantly boom right to it. And 1 million is still a very large amount to be able to upgrade a fair number of troops to higher level once we start increasing the level cap. If we decide to increase the level cap, or when we add new troops and you want to upgrade them. So the 1 million gold level cap still provides enough instant upgrade for quite a few things. But we didn't want to be so high where purchasing things is meaningless.
That's a good question from Terra. Why is the league reward the same in every league? Like from Bronze 1 to Legendary 1, if you win your league, it's always the same.
Because again, it's not optimized. It was, we wanted to get the feature out first to make sure it plays correctly.
It works.
Again,
okay.
This is you're gonna hear me say this a lot. It's a beta game.
Okay,
it's
What? Really?
No, that's just me cringing over the choice.
That's good. Yeah. Now you see how we.
I play the game too.
I know. No.
You think I have time to just watch your videos all day long?
I guess so. Yeah, of course. Can I say which league you are? Not the specific one, but the.
Yeah, I'm in Platinum 3.
One of the most asked questions was, what was your or the team's reaction when you first saw that someone got 180 stages in League? Like, I think you didn't expect that, right?
No, of course it's not expected. But, for a beta game, yeah, we do expect to find bugs and exploits happening. When it happened, it was over the July holiday break. So for those who don't know, in Finland, the month of July is pretty much a national holiday for almost the entire country. Most of the country shuts down, everybody goes on vacation. And so I was in Los Angeles on holiday when I started seeing people pinging me about this infinite stage thing, or like someone getting like 180 stages. And my first reaction was like, okay, either there's an exploit and a bug, or there's something wrong. So, but, I'm on holiday. Like, at some point, I think I was like in the middle of the desert for like 3 days with no Wi-Fi. I just cut myself off from the world. So when I got back, I decided to look into it a little bit more, and I posted it to our team Slack. But the team was gone on holiday for at least a few more days. So finally, when they finally checked our internal Slack, they saw it. Once the team saw it, then they realized, okay, yeah, something was wrong. And our team lead immediately knew what the cause was. And it had to do with both how it refilled and also the level differential.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, the team lead immediately knew what the issue was, and he looked into basically how the leagues work, and said, yeah, it was how the +3 level difficulty scales the further you go, and also how the refills work. So it was both an easy and a complicated fix. I'm like, nothing in game development is easy. Everything's pretty much complex. Even the simplest fixes are complex. But it will be fixed going into this next update. Next question, baby.
So the question is, what are your current plans with clans? That rhymes. Can you tease something specifically other than there will be clans in the next update? What you teased already?
There will be clans.
Yeah.
So we're not putting in a PvP system where it's going to be clans battling against other clans.
Bye, Darian. No, just kidding.
Let me explain why. So let's say my troops are level 7 or level 8 or level 9, whatever it is, and your troops are much higher than mine. If you were battling against another clan in head-to-head combat, how would you do the defenses? Like, how would it... Does everybody just get level 10 troops and everybody gets max level defenses? Do you set the defenses before each attack for all 3 stages, or is it just one stage? Like, who wants to attack 3 stages of each player? Like, the head-to-head PvP just right now, the way the game is built, just wouldn't work. It is not as fun as it sounds. What people would do, like, let's say you get to choose your troops. Let's say you build your army with nothing but minions and baby dragons. I set all my defenses with the goblin huts and cannons. How as a defense player, how is that fun for me?
Yeah.
Or, let's say I put nothing but air defenses as my defense and you chose air troops. How is that fun for you as an attacker to have your entire army wiped out but nothing but air defenses? There's no balance in head-to-head PvP the way the game is built right now.
Yeah.
We are trying to think of a way we can integrate PvP. It may be a while until we get it into the game.
Okay.
So, right now, with the clan system, yeah, it will be like a clan, like, you invite your friends to join. How many people we're going to allow into the clan, we haven't decided yet. We don't want to start with, like, too high a number. Let's say we open up for 100-person clans. The game isn't that big right now, so you're gonna get a lot of half-full clans, maybe a quarter-full clans. So,
or you have 2 clans,
or you have 2, yeah. But let's say one clan has 75 because it was a really popular clan. The rest of the clans only had 20. So we realized we need to decrease the size of the clans to, let's say, 50 or 30. Most of the clans will be fine, but the one that has 75 members has to figure out which members they'd have to kick out. That would be a really crappy feeling for that clan. So what we're probably going to do is start smaller and then gradually increase the size as we see necessary. What that starting number is going to be, we haven't decided yet. What is going to be in the clans, it's going to be a competitive clan league system. But it's not just like your clan enters a league and beats levels. There's gonna be some kind of tasks and challenges to how that clan league functions. But we're not ready to reveal it just yet. It is pretty interesting and exciting. I think we're doing a pretty fun job of making this clan league system more interactive and not just, I'm just going into a league, I'm gonna do some attacks, oh cool, my clan's in the lead. No, it's gonna be much more engaging and interactive. So, like, we knew right from the start that we were going to have social elements of the game, and we released it without social elements. So it's for players who don't see, whether it's my community posts or don't see the Discord chat, I understand if a player thinks like, okay, what else is there to the game? I can't talk to my friends. But again, I'm gonna go back to, this is a beta. The whole point of a beta is to test certain facets of the game to see what works, what doesn't work. If something it does work, we keep it in the game. If we find something that doesn't work, we remove it from the game. There are going to be things we'll probably cut from the game, but there's going to be a ton of more things we have planned for the game. We're fairly sure we want to go global. We're working on the assumption that we will reach it. We don't have a date yet.
Would your personal goal be like to go global maybe already this year or rather next year?
We don't have a date set. Like, having a date set is probably one of the worst things we could do.
Yeah,
because one, it's unnecessary pressure on the team to get everything perfect by that date. Yeah. And let's say as a community manager, I'm talking about we have this really cool update. We're going to make a big announcement in whatever month. And let's say, we realize the game's not ready to go to global yet. How crappy would that be if I have to say, okay, with that big announcement we're going to make, we've got to delay it.
No.
It's a crappy feeling. Like, already, even with this update, we were talking about, we wanted to get this update at the end of September. Well, we can't make end of September. We were originally going to do early October, but that's pushing back even further. Game development is not easy, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And it turns out the clan feature was caused, the way it was built into the game was causing some instability on the build, and we haven't even been able to get an internal playable build to work for almost a week now. So we've been basically spending all this time trying to get a stable build to work, so we can actually play test it. We haven't even do that because it's been crashing. So we finally got a stable build. So we are going to do some play testing soon.
So Mode Khalif asked, but don't you think that it should go global before we get bored of it? So from my side as player and streamer, I would say like if the game goes global or if we get updates maybe more often. I mean, we all know because of the holiday or vacation, there was now a longer break. I would not get more bored as a player.
Let me give it. So this is why we don't soft launch in large countries, for that very reason. That if someone gets bored, it has less of an impact on the game than if we soft launch in the United States, and a number of people get bored because the game's not finished. So the whole point of soft launching a game is so we test certain markets. So for example, we launched in Canada because the player behaviors in Canada are very similar to the US. So it gives us an idea of how the game would perform in the US in a much smaller market. That's the same thing why we do it in the Nordics, because one, we're in Finland, but it does give us a kind of a small measurement of how it would work in the rest of Europe. We launched in the Philippines because it gives us an idea of how it would work in the rest of Asia, because there's certain similar behaviors. Ooh, excuse me. So we want to carefully measure how the game performs in those regions. If we were available in the US and we release a feature that proves to be really unpopular, that we realize it's a mistake, but we lose millions of players in the US, how do we convince them to come back? We can't.
Yeah, true.
So
No,
it's better and safer. It's safer to do it in smaller regions, and it's easier to pivot, add and change features before we start releasing it to a bigger, much global region. Really quick, can I answer iPsycho's German question?
Yeah. Of course.
So he said, how do I like it that so many Germans play this game, even though we didn't really want to? Of course we want you to. It's funny that this is actually something we talk about. So we have multiple offices around the world. San Francisco is that our San Francisco office is purely like marketing, story development, licensing, things like that. They provide us with a lot of data of what's going on around the world. And like them telling us like Germany is a major hotspot for clashquest. Like it's probably one of the more popular regions of all the regions we haven't soft launched into. Part of it has to do with a lot of German gamers like puzzle and strategic and tactical challenges. The German demographic has a higher number of puzzle games, tactical strategy games. So it's understandable why this game might be more popular with German players. You guys just like to think very critically and strategically.
Okay, previous question is good. Can you do that one, Uluk?
Yeah. He asked, what's your plan to keep League competitive with skill, not just RNG?
RNG will always be an element of this game. It's one of the core mechanics of the game. I mean, when you say what are we going to do to change a skill or make it, it's not really a question that has an answer, because the RNG element will be a part of the game. Like we intentionally made it so you don't choose which troops you add, because all it does, like we didn't want the game to be about specifically min-maxing, people choosing like maxing level wizards or max leveling wizards and giants only, and just plowing through all the levels with just that. The game was not balanced for that. And if we were to balance it around people selecting their troops and removing the RNG, it would be a massive change or revision of how the game works. So like when you play like a trading card game, like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone or something like that, like you don't know what card you're going to get next most of the time, but there are features in those games that allow you some deck control, like being able to draw a card or looking at what card comes next. But there's still RNG elements to those games, and but they are still like would you consider Magic the Gathering a strategic game? Yes, it's one of the most strategic games in the world. But it's still based on RNG. Sometimes you can top deck the most powerful card in your deck and you win the game. And sometimes you just get mana swamped with nothing but lands over and over and over again, waiting for that one card you need. That's RNG for you. Clash Quest is kind of similar. Sometimes you get the troops you really, really want to pull off that great combo. Sometimes you don't. That's just the RNG nature of this kind of game. But the tactics comes from how do you make the best opportunity with what you have. Now, there are certain things that allow you some greater skill, like swap, frontline, rage, charge. All the tactics, the spells, they still grant you a bit of control. And we're going to add more things that grant you small micro bits of control over your characters, like the reroll function and things like that. So we won't get rid of the RNG, but we are going to add more features to the game that still grant smaller amounts of control of how you play it. Well, I do think the refill value range could be much more consistent. I think the range is too wide right now, but that's also tied to how the leveling difficulty system works. So these are things that we're going to be addressing in the next update.
About an offline feature, because like the main way, I don't know how to call it right now, like with the 600 stars and the islands, therefore you don't really need internet connection, and so maybe that might be a feature for offline mode.
Well, so one of the big problems is that if we allowed it for offline, that opens it up for people to use mods and hacks to hack. So if you were doing it offline, that would mean all the game files and all the level progression is stored on your phone and the client. Right now, it's stored on the server. So your game has to sync with the server for that to happen. If all the game files and all the save files were stored on your phone, you could go in and hack them and change them, and when you reconnect, you're now further along the game than you deserve to be. So no, we use online verifications for the very specific reason. So the game will not be offline.
Adding a preview of units, like from the coming units from the back, that you see the next, let's say, like Tetris. I guess you know Tetris, everyone knows Tetris. There you see a preview from the next blocks. It would be cool and strategical, way better, because you can plan more when you see the next, let's say, 3-4 units which are coming. Is that a possible thing?
No, we're always taking, I don't know if that's something that we're working on, but I think that would make for a great tactic called preview. Like, it lets you see X number of troop steps, even just the one step behind, or like 1 or 2 troops that are coming next in the queue. That'd be a cool idea. Chess players are people who like to plan steps in advance. With Clash Quest, it would be great to be able to see what's coming. It may not change the result, but it does let you tactically plan ahead. And that's something I think is really important for the game, because you're able to scan ahead of the stage, but you're not able to look backwards. And I think that would be a really cool idea to add to the game. So if someone wants to make up a mocker of it and post it on Twitter or on Reddit or on Discord as a suggestion, send it to me and I will share it with the team. Someone asked if we plan on having a gold pass with skins. So the whole point from internally, a gold pass is obviously monetization. Like, it provides a regular revenue stream. But for the players, there has to be value on why they want to buy it. So for example, I'm gonna use Clash of Clans. When we created the gold pass for Clash of Clans, the driving principle was not, how can we get players to spend $5 a month? That is never the driving principle on the Clash team. The idea was, what kind of value can we provide the players that will help them upgrade faster and set the price where it's, okay, that makes sense, because on the gold pass in Clash of Clans, you're actually getting several $100s worth of value for a $5 gold pass. Like this number of magic items, gems, resources you get. So Clash Quest simply does not have that depth of content. Like, do we implement a gold pass to upgrade troops faster? But there's only so many levels. But there's only so far you can get in the game right now. So, but yeah, right now the current state of Clash Quest does not make sense to have a gold pass in it. Eventually, when we find a reason to do it, and not just, because we want people to spend money on it. That's the worst reason in the world. If a game dev starts thinking like, how can we get players to spend this much money a month? That's looking at the wrong reason for game development. The reason should be, what benefit does it give to the players? And no, we will not ban pineapple with pizza. My California blood will fight to the death for pineapple on pizza. I posted in Discord earlier, people who are adamant against, any toppings on pizza are just people who just don't know how to have fun.
Is there ever going to be some kind of game mode that you can play all the time, even with no energy token?
no matter what feature we add to the game, there has to be some kind of inherent limit. Let's say, and this is a very, very hypothetical what if. Let's say we add raid bosses, where, let's say it's like a mega giant goblin king, where the entire clan takes turns attacking one at a time. There has to be a limit to how many times you can attack. Maybe it won't use quest energy, maybe it will use raid energy. So there needs to be different features in the game that use different resources. That way it's not a central pool of just draining all of the quest energy. But if you have like 3 raid attacks, 3 clan war attacks, and so many number of quest energy, it's going to feel a whole lot better. Okay. Before I go, and just before I go, I do have a sneak peek for you guys. We'll share that right before I go. So stick around, stay till the end. I do have one little sneak peek to share with you guys for what's coming in the next update. Ooh. It's just a teaser, so... Is
it the brown bag from a Twitter post?
What bag?
I don't know which bag I meant. I haven't seen a bag at all.
We got a couple questions.
Yeah, p.e.k.k.a asked already multiple times in the chat how often you want to add new islands.
That's actually a very hot topic on the team. So we have to determine like what is a healthy amount for the game, and also what is a healthy amount for the developers. So like, let's say we don't want to put out new islands every month, because that means that's all we're doing, spending time on, is just designing the next island. That's a pace that is not healthy for game developers. Like, we also do have to think about, their mental health. And do we have the time to create marketing pieces every single month for all of these? And how quickly can we do it? So we have to think about what's a realistic pace. Is every other month, every 3 months, so once a quarter? Is that a healthy pace? So that's something we just don't know yet, because the game is too new to establish that speed. What was our last update? Was what, June? And it's been almost 4 months now. So obviously we don't have that cadence of getting content out that quickly out yet. But if and when we go to global, we better have an idea of how quickly we want to get that out. So the speed of content, we are going to be releasing new islands. We are going to be releasing new truths. We're going to be doing new bosses, new spells, new tactics, new features, but we don't know how fast we're going to do it yet. I'm blinking. Give me 1 second to put the eye drops on my eyes. Sorry.
I also forgot.
Like these lamps are designed for like greenhouses and live streaming. So the amount of glare that I'm getting in my eyes right now is insane. So 1 second. I can see clearly now. Oh my god.
Hey, it's me. I'm sorry.
That's what you look like. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Do you, or is it a thing of developers that someone could play the game like endless, like the whole day? Doesn't need to, right. But like in Clash Royale, you could play it the whole day ladder. Like you lose, you win, you lose, and so on. In Clash Quest, if you have only one account, you have the league. And a couple islands. That's pretty much it at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of semi-do that with Clash of Clans. There are consequences to it. It entirely depends on what the driving principle of what the game is. So if the game team feels that they want Clash Quest to be a game where players just play in like smaller chunks very casually, then maybe not playing all day is the right design decision. But we have to look at what is the core demographic we want to cater to. Do we want it to be a casual game? Do we want it to be a hardcore puzzle game? Do we want it to be a light story-driven puzzle game? Or do we want it to be a much more strategic tactical game? Like, trying to find out what's that demographic will help us determine who we want to cater to. Again, like I said, if it was casual, then maybe not playing all day is the best thing. If it was much more hardcore audience we want to cater to, then maybe, yes, being able to play all day might be a much more lucrative thing.
How many members are there in the Clash Quest team? That's interesting.
Ooh, let me take a look. 16 people who are directly working on Clash Quest.
Do we have time for more questions?
One more, and then we'll do a sneak peek.
Okay, then I will choose Oscar's question. That's also a question I wanted to ask, maybe a different way. Will the defensive items get changed? I guess you mean, maybe what he means. If I would add my sentence here, like they're kind of useless.
I am a very offense-based. I'm an offensive player, but that just sounds really bad. I'm an offense-based player, so yeah, I don't think I ever use defensive items. So yeah, we do need to find out what works and what doesn't, and we're still playing around with things. We may end up changing items. When we release Minion, like we actually had a different list of items originally intended for Minion. But just before we released it, I believe we changed them. So it's something that is, subject to change. Again, this game is beta. We may find that defensive items are completely useless and remove it altogether. I don't know. Like, we got to see where the game takes us. I think there is space for defensive items, but we've got to make sure, that they provide intrinsic value to the player. Like, if they just, make you avoid an attack, well, they say that, the best defense is a good offense. You don't need to dodge an attack if the offense is already dead.
Can you see, like, how often people use certain items?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we have all of that. I can see what you're looking at on the screen right now through your camera.
Okay. Then thanks for answering your question.
Do you have that sneak peek queued up by chance?
I will get it.
Don't show it yet.
Is it that one pic?
Yeah. No, that's the one of me in the shower. Don't show that. You asked me. I told you don't show it.
So that's there in the shower, actually. Wait, actually, that is way better.
Why are you showing it?
Oh, my account is deleted. Why not?
I am banning your account right now. Where is that ban button? Hold on, let me find it.
So wait, let me get bigger.
It was also. It looks like it was obscured a little bit. Why can't I share?
No, I see. We go over here. All right. What's that? So that is Dry Bowser. 100%. If you ask me, I don't know anymore, but that is Dry Bowser from Nintendo. That's my call.
Isn't.
It isn't?
It is not. I promise, it's not.
That is Ipe Psycho after he lost Legendary 1 League.
It's not a dragon.
It's not a dragon, okay.
Everybody asking with them skeleton. It's not a dragon.
Color's teeth. Anton, you should not spoiler it. I thought also skeleton drags, but Darren says no dragons.
It's not a dragon.
Is it a dead baby dragon? That would make Uluk very sad.
That would be a dragon.
Yeah.
It's not a dragon.
What could it be then?
You'll just have to find out when we actually announce it.
Larry? Which Larry?
Larry.
On that note, I'm going to leave you guys hanging
Darren,
on wondering what.
Thanks for taking your time. Was my
You got it, dude.
Was my pleasure. And yeah, we are absolutely looking forward to the update. It will be cool. And I bet you keep us updated.
Take care. Stay hydrated. Have a good weekend.
Cheers. And get a pineapple pizza soon.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
That was cool, wasn't it? Would there be a clashquest only troop that don't come in other Clash games? I don't know, actually. I don't know. We will see. Maybe. So, like, if that is not a skeleton baby dragon or whatever, then it might be something new. That was cool. Yeah, that was the Q&A with Darian. Will Darian appear in some other day? We will see. We will see. Hopefully. Actually, I totally appreciate that Darian takes his time to talk with even smaller creators like I am. Like the teeth. So that is now the baby dragon from Clash Royale. Let's make it bigger, hopefully.
The skeleton dragon, yeah.
Skeleton dragon,
but
so like
if you pay attention to the teeth on the front, they're smaller than the teeth on the side.
What is with skeleton minion?
Skeleton minion.
Yeah.
Waterhound? A waterhound. Or a skeleton giant. Skeleton giant. What about that?
Have you the build? Darfst du das nochmal zeigen oder darfst du das nicht mehr?
I don't know. I won't show it now again. You can scroll back.
Okay.
No, not now.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, hey, I mean, it is... actually, I don't even know if it is... Yeah, it was a sneak preview, so I guess it is in the next update. I bet Darren is watching us speculate. Probably. Not my minions dead. I don't know. Like, the teeth doesn't make... Like, look here. Here's a minion. And here's a dragon. Like, even if it's not those dragons, the teeth are completely different. Like, minion has straight teeth here. The dragon has more like those teeth here. Maybe it's the papa Maybe this is the new boss. Or so my prediction. It has something to do with clans. Yeah, wait. Clans? Clan boss? What could it be? Like... Yeah, but what else should it be if it's not a dragon? Wait.
I think it's a flying unit.
Yeah, but he said it isn't a dragon. Clash...
Yes.
Skeleton... / skeleton. What else? Like, those skeletons have completely different teeth? It looks like those here.
No,
it looks like the skeleton dragons.
That's completely new character. And
yeah, it will be a new character, of course.
But Lava Hound is also dragon. What is that?
Ne, keine Zähne.
Thanks for the follow, like Palmet Panna. That looks like cool, actually. I don't know what that is, but I want that. Which one? What do you say?
I saw it.
It's kind of looking maybe like a giant or like another animal, wild animal with those sharp teeth.
I think it's a flying giant.
I don't know. We will see it hopefully soon in mid-October, probably. All right. Uluk, also to you, thanks for joining. Thanks for asking all the questions. And yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and sub, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.